Alrighty, hello, good evening. How's it going, friends? Hi, Ankit. Eater, hello. Shones, Kupo, Eric, what's up? What's cooking? Hi. How's it going? Dark Press, hello. Alright, so today is the Type B 60% stream. Nice calf. Profit very talky? Yeah, it's very nice. Still really like mine. Alright, so let's get started. So today is a Type B. First of all, I do want to switch my desk mat. So I just received the sample desk mat for GMK Coco Goat, which is going to be running as a first come first serve sort of buy, limited in number. I believe it's limited to, is it 200 units, maybe less. Anyway, limited to small number of units through switchmod.net. And so this is the sample for the desk mat that's going to be running for that set. It has the rough texture, pretty cute. And of course, if you don't know, GMK Coco Goat is based on a character from the popular game by MiHoYo called Genshin Impact. And so yeah, so this key set is based on one of the characters in the game, and so basically they have a term on producing merchandise that basically, like, if you have like over like 200 or so units, you have to like get like a proper license and all that, and like it takes a very long time. It's a very difficult process, and so small runs are guaranteed, and they have no issues legally speaking. And so that's kind of like why GMK Coco is going to be a limited set, and I believe it's first come first serve just because of the nature of how small the run is. Can you show the profit bottom? Yeah, it's just E-white aluminum. The middle one is flashing some ball. Yes, it is. It's pretty cute though. Will this stream make me join Type B? Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of curious about it myself. So anyway, pretty cute desk mat though. Rough texture, pretty nice. I actually really like it. I do like that they went with the rough texture. I think it matches the overall like drawing and stuff pretty well. Oh, it's a nice design. Nice design because first of all, the design isn't centered in the sense that even if you put your keyboard at the middle, it won't cover the majority of the design of the desk mat. That's something I do like about desk mats that aren't necessarily patterned, but also have a design that, you know, revolves around some kind of subject. And then in this case, it's not centered. I think centered designs, like things that have like stuff right in the middle, just kind of lose a bit of their identity when you put the keyboard on, because you know you're basically covering it. So yeah. Anyway, so there's that. So now, so I have this Type B right here. So the Type B is right here. So this was actually already built by a previous content creator. I think this one came from Mr. Dutch Master. So Dutch Master built this with Gateron, Mizu Mink switches, I think that's what they're called. And so this is already like a, you know, it's like already built, as you can see. And so I'm just gonna like kind of like show you guys what it sounds like with these switches, and then we're gonna go ahead and rebuild it with Gateron X switches, which kind of similar, but you know. But yeah. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm gonna do is actually I'm going to switch out the feet on the board. So the board actually currently has different feet from what they should be. So this one should actually have the MKB, I mean the AKB feet, the Alchemist Keyboard feet, which are like for which this board was designed. And so these have just some temporary bump-ons that are a little bit bigger than the actual cutout. So I'm just gonna take those off. And actually use the AKB ones. Any centered WOB 6U avail? I actually do have WOB with center 6U. So we can actually do WOB. Hamsa, thanks for the 19 months for tier 1. You're going to bed now? Alright, so these are the AKB bump-ons. Should fit on the cutout perfectly now. These are gray though, not black. But these should fit. Alright. Oh, you tried a proto? Good, nice. Alright, so AKB bump-ons now on. And so we can go ahead and actually try it out. Maybe we'll just try it out as is for now. So we'll get, I do have WOB right here actually, so let's try WOB. I think this is just the set we're gonna use today. So no need to redeem anything. So let's see, 6U should be this one. Yeah, okay. Any shiny WOB avail? I might have shinier WOB on a board, but I've actually been packing a lot of stuff. So I think a lot of my boards are already packed away now. Hello Bozo, what's up dude? So we'll just deal with the I don't know if Ankit gets triggered because there's no supers, but I just do alts and code or whatever it is. I don't mind. So. I want to buy Jimky Jacks, but I have to choose between R5 and supers. What do you mean you have to choose between the two? Does it have separate R5 for that one? I actually don't know what Jax even looks like, so I'm not even sure. Build completed already. Yeah, yeah. I just snapped a finger and it was done. Boom. No, so basically, previous content creator, I think it was Dutch Master, did this build. And unfortunately, actually, Dutch Master didn't manage to get it working because I think there was just a daughterboard issue at first. So that was corrected between the time he and I had it. So this one should be all good. Because I could just I already put a code there. Yo, Keycaps already so quick. Yeah, so this is a Dutch Masters build, and then we're gonna rebuild it with GodX afterwards. So I figured it would be a waste to undo all of this before the stream, you know what I mean? And then just do mine. So I figured, you know, if the build's already on, why shouldn't I just use that first, try it out, see what it's like, and then just do a rebuild with other switches. Although I guess the other switches are pretty similar, so there's that, I guess. Am I missing a code key? Or am I just not seeing it? Maybe I'll just do arrows. Oh no, I think it's this one. Too late. I found it before I read that you were gonna ask for arrows. Yeah, I was gonna do that if I was missing it. Is it using a hot swap PCB? Yeah, it is. That tire will have to support it, homie. Let's go. Okay, okay. I mean, look, build's already done. So this one has, I think these are like stock or, yeah, maybe stock or like lightly lubed got Mizu mix. So let's try it out. So you know what's kind of cool about this board is that I can actually plug in things on a separate USB cable. So for example, so let me just show you. So this one, so the Type B, what's kind of cool about it, right? So this is what it looks like. It has a USB like breakout basically. So you can connect other devices over here too. So like I can have this and then daisy chain like my own Prophet here, for example. You know, you can just plug in this guy over to here, and then you know I can plug in. Okay, that's working. All right, cool. Yeah, so like, you know, I can like type on these two at the same time, for example. Yeah, so I'm not even sure if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. But yeah, it's doable though. How did? I can't. Anyway, it's doable. I can't type like this, so I won't do it. But it's a doable thing. I know that there's a guy on the Hitega type server who had like 2 genes, and I think he did something like that at some point. Anyway. Alright, let me just show you how this one types. Alright, So this one right now is these are GAD Mizu Minx. They're Minx, right? On aluminum with on top mount. Right? So let's go ahead and stop the music here and give this a shot. Alright, so let's try this out. Oh, my armors are like in different heights. Okay, there. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty nice. So kind of excited to try it out. Sounds pretty solid. These switches I think are close to stock. You see it like it's like factory lube, I think. I can always open them up and check. If they appear to be brushed, then there's probably not factory lube. But yeah, I think Dutch Master put them as stock on his description. Might not be the case, but I can check. I was just looking at his video description. How's it feel? Pretty nice, honestly. It's top mount, so pretty standard top mount, but say the bottom out feels nice and solid. Yeah, pretty solid. Pretty standard top mount aluminum kind of feel right now. It also has this like hot dog mount option where you basically put little strips of silicone gasket on the bottom part of the case, and then the plate will just sit on top of those. So that's like another way to mount it, which I imagine will probably feel similar to how like O-ring gasket mount kind of feels, but it's except with none of the friction. So kind of maybe more like kind of like the F1, right? But also without the pressure from the top side of the case as well. We said pre-lube? Oh, okay, so these are hand lube. Okay. Well, weird. I don't know why Dutch Master put stock on his video description then. But yeah. Sounds pretty good. IMO. Is middle of the night in Dubai? Oh, yeah. Probably middle of the night for them. But unfortunately, this is the only time I was available today, so yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and open it up. Me liking I'll put cherry in it. Oh, I actually don't know if I have. I might have some cherry switches. I'll check. We could do cherry actually if you guys really want. I need to check though if I have some cherry that are like looped on the side. But we can also do GAD-X, which is what I have here. I have a few options actually. I have these Anubis switches, which are tactile switches. I have GAD-X switches. And then I also have might have cherry. We'll just take a look if I do. Just need to make sure. I can come over with some cherry switches right now. Okay. Can you bring me some food too and some boba? All right. So ain't no way. Okay, so this is what the internals look like. I'm gonna actually move the mic over now. Okay, so this is what the internals look like. So there's the this is the Pico Easy connector, the new style of daughterboard connectors, which just kind of like clips from the top. And there is one daughterboard over here under the weight, and then another daughterboard here under the weight. That one's for the USB pass-through. That one's for the USB-C, of course. And then there's a cable that just connects the two, like underneath there. We can remove the weight and check if you want to look. But then basically this piece of aluminum is just bolted here as well. So there basically is two weights. One out of aluminum here and one out of brass here, which is like a thin plate. And then there's just a Pico Easy connector. All right, and so the PCB, right? Currently, just this is a hot swap, right? This one is mounted top mount, so it has 4 mounting points at the top, 2 at the bottom, just for. Actually, they seem to be exactly centered between the alt and the. Between the 1.5 and the 1U key in the bottom row, to hold that part. Obviously, it doesn't matter that the corners aren't bolted down as much because, well, there's blockers. It's designed to be an HHKB only layout board, and so that won't matter. But pretty nice feeling, especially because the mounting points are outside of the spacebar. The spacebar will feel a little bit softer, as opposed to like when you have like symmetrical mounting points, which often may end up underneath the spacebar, might make it feel a little bit stiffer. So that's that. And then we can just take off the screws here. Oh, the external weight is brass too. Oh, my bad. It seemed so light. So I guess it's coated brass then. Might be. Haha, might be. This board, did I miss a typing test? Just for the showcase of the build that was already on it. So this was initially built by Mr. Dutchmaster, who built it previously with these GAT Mizu Minx. So yeah, you missed that part. I'm just gonna undo these guys, and then we're gonna go ahead and rebuild it with some of my switches, whether it's I have some GATX switches, I might have some Cherry switches, I have some Anubis switches as well, which are some heavy tactiles. I have some Blush tactiles as well, which are light tactiles if you want to hear it with that. I unfortunately only have one plate, which is this full red aluminum plate. So we will have to just do it with aluminum plate. But those are some of the options. I'll check if I have some Cherry Mix Blacks if you wanted to hear with Cherry Mix Blacks. But let's just commit to one type of switch. I'm probably not gonna have enough time to do like multiple different builds. GATX are nice, yeah. I mean, I'm just suggesting some other ones just because these are like GAT switches. People might feel like they're too similar, but I mean, I do think GATX switches do sound a bit different from the rest, just because of the way the switches are. But yeah, I'll let you guys vote on it actually. Let me just go check if I have Cherry after I take off these keycaps and stabilizers and all that. Okay. Just put the caps here for now. Oh, hello, Mama Hoo Hoo. How's it going? Okay, take that out. Then let's go ahead and take off our switches. Should be pretty quick. Oh, kind of tight. Oh my gosh. Man, not sure if hot swap socket tight or the plate is kind of tight. I think it's maybe both. Oh, is the build command off? Weird. I thought the build command was on. I can check. Oh, it is off. Weird. Sorry about that. I don't know why it turned off. So yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Someone should have just told me. Did I not see a mention about it? Apologies for that. Anyway, how's everyone's week going? It's like what? Now that it's like almost mid-May, it's like graduation season for those people in school or who know people who are in school and stuff. And then I guess come summer is gonna be like wedding season. I know that a lot of my friends are getting married and whatnot. And it's starting to get warm. It was like 25 degrees here today, and I think tomorrow's gonna go up to like 28 Celsius. Kind of warm. It's starting to get a little humid too. Graduating a Saturday. I have my last final tomorrow. Nice. Congrats. Are you graduating from college, like university? So a bachelor's. Or maybe an associate's, depending. I'd be dying in that weather? Oh yeah? Wait, does it not get as hot in Chile ever? 25, 28? Is it always like relatively cool? Like even in the hotter seasons? Doing anything for Mother's Day? No, unfortunately not. Captain Badass. My mom doesn't live nearby. My parents are in the Atlanta area, and so they're a little further away. And so yeah, no, unfortunately, I won't get to visit this time around. I'm gonna be soaking my gown. I remember when I was also out for ceremonies and stuff, like around this time of the year. It's horrible. Oh, with humidity? Yeah, with humidity it's obviously even worse. Granted, I would say it really depends on the day that you, like, you know, sometimes it's just really humid, sometimes it's not as humid, but man, these switches are just really stubborn. Not sure if it's a switch or if it's a hot top sockets, but I have friends where their cities get to 40°C during the summer. Oh my god, dear lord. Visiting my mom this weekend on the family doggo. Oh, that's cute. What kind is a doggo? What kind of dog? Yeah, I wish I should visit my parents. I really should visit my parents soon. It's been a while. What do you think of the Prophet? I think it's a pretty underrated board. It's a nice board. It also is very light, nice and light, so easy to carry wherever you want. Also, some of these switches are pretty stubborn. They're like not coming off, or the top is coming off, for the portions where the where the cutout, the plate cutout's kind of wide. So I just need to be like careful there. Doggo is a mutt, but looks like a Maltese. Oh, how cute. Where I live, it's like 22°C max during the summer. It gets hotter, but it's not common. Oh, damn. 22°C max? That's so nice. That's like super nice weather, actually. It's like probably one of the nicest weather range like temperature wise. It's probably like one of the nicer. 22°C? That's super nice. Sounds amazing. Yeah. Is that right? The EC or MX? I do have a EC one currently built. I do have an MX. I do have an MX one here, but I do have the EC one over here. I think these just have some standard 45-gram domes. Which is whatever I had in my toolbox at the time. Okay, I'm gonna take off the stabs too. I'm just gonna do my own stabs. Although these are perfectly fine. To be honest, I could just keep these stabs. But I think these are AP stabs, and I kind of want to get practice with them, so I'm gonna do my own stabs too. Oh, maybe I'll just reuse the clips though. The clips are kind of nice to just use. The bad thing is that the temperature isn't consistent, so some days you get 22°C, the next day is cold as fucking pouring rain. Oh, I see. So inconsistent weather. Okay, that kind of sucks. But then again, I would rather have cooler days than hotter days, to be quite honest. So I think I'll take that. Have you had experience with AT stabs in previous builds? I've only done AP builds, like AP stab builds, like twice. No, 3 times now. One time it was fine, totally fine, normal, nothing, no big deal. Second time I actually had a little bit of trouble. It was a little sluggish, and so I think that what happened is that either the wire part is just very tight, the clipping part of the wire is very tight, so it kind of made it feel sluggish, right? The third time I would say it was better because I had kind of like figured out that I should probably just lube less. And so I think like for AP stabs, I think I would say like, yeah, just lube with 205 only, and then maybe like just the wire is probably enough. So I'm gonna try that. Or like rather, I'm gonna do that for the stabs. Did Juan end up fixing his spacebar? Yes. He said he just unclipped and clipped his spacebar wire many times. Like, I mean, actually, I think for all of his stabs, because he was just like picky about it. But he basically unclipped and reclipped his wire like many times, and then that just like loosened it up enough to for it to be fine. And then he also said he like wiped off some of the lube on the sides of the inserts too, just to make it feel like it was less lubed. So wearing it out fixes it? Yeah, apparently. Like I'm not exactly sure if it's like a universal problem, like if every single AP stab set has the issue. But it seems to be It seems to be the consensus that they're just a bit on the tighter side. Alright, so... Alright, build is undone. Not as bad as being forced to desolder, I guess. I guess so. I mean, sometimes you're not able to unclip and reclip the wire though, right? Because you don't have the room for it. So some cases you might actually have to desolder or undo. Come to Texas, you get every season in a week. Oh god, that sounds horrible. Zomblaster, hello Diego. I'm new into the keyboard community. Welcome. I'm from Australia and I own a TH80. I actually don't know what TH80 is, so I'm just gonna look that up. TH80. Maker TH80. Okay, so some 75% with a knob from Maker. I've tried my hand in doing some mods to make it sound half decent. I'm looking for some heavy linear switches that are creamy / talky. Also, my spacebar sounds lifeless. Could you please give me some recommendations? Yeah, I mean, I guess for basic modifications that I recommend, first of all, I think stabilizers are usually the biggest culprit. So if, for example, if your Maker TH80 is hot swap, you can always just take all the switches out, and you can eventually remove the plate and get to the stabs. You can either replace the stabs entirely, like I'm not sure if they're PCB mount or plate mount. Probably can check. But if you can undo the stabs, then great. Doesn't even say on their website. Yeah, it doesn't even say on their website, which is fantastic. Love it. I actually don't love it. Oh no, it looks like it's plate mount based on the pictures. You can replace those plate mount stabs, or you can lube them. You can lube them with like dielectric grease or 205 grade 0, whatever it might be. Because the good thing about that is that you just remove the switch and you should be able to remove the stab without having to remove the plate entirely because they're plate mount. So you don't have to technically undo the entire build to get to the stabs, which is nice about plate mount stabilizers. So working on your stabs would be the number one thing I recommend. Number two thing I would recommend is, yeah, if you want to swap switches, heavy linears, maybe some GAT Oil Kings could be nice with stock springs. They're on the heavier side. Could do that. Or what else is pretty good stock even? I mean, I guess there's like Cherry, but those I would say you definitely want to like lube and stuff. But yeah, you could try like some GAT Oil Kings. I think those could sound pretty nice. Or I mean, even some Kale Creams. There's like the broken in ones too, actually, which could be also pretty nice. But I think those I would recommend lubing though, nonetheless. So. Bodie Coats, hey, what's up? Thinking of putting 100 layers of tape on my keyboard. Okay, have fun. I'm not sure how that's gonna fit back into the case though. All right. Let's see here. Whatever, why not? Okay. You do you. Alright, so for some switches here, let me see. I got these Jwick Designer Studio long pole linears. I got some blush tactiles. I got some OP blacks. I think these are MX blacks. I got some more MX blacks over here. Oops, they kind of fell out of the bag. I have some Penu linears. These are also, I think, long pole linears, I think. Yeah, long pole linears, Penus. And then I have GATX and Anubis tactiles. Are the D-Solder MX Blacks going to be fine with hot swap? Actually, let me check if these are 3-pin or not. They seem to be desoldered okay. I think desoldered ones are not good with hot swap if the desoldering job is not properly done, meaning that there's leftover solder on the pins, like too much of it. But usually that's solvable by just passing the iron really quickly on the pin and just melting away some of the solder and taking it off, like wicking it off. If it's bad for like every switch, but I don't think that usually it's that bad for everything. Yeah. So we got a lot of options. If you got cream dreams, when you be spending same amount as the board on switches though? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's one thing. Some Blaster though, switches can be kind of expensive. So yeah. Baul already did a build with GATX. Up to you guys. I don't mind whichever we do. So we can do a poll then. All right. Let's do a quick poll. What switches? I only have 5, so I'm gonna choose 5. Okay. So we have OP Blacks, MX Blacks, Blush Light Tactile, Penus, and oh wait, maybe I should remove one of these guys. Let's say GATX, because we did have a plan for that initially, and then let's do one of the long pole linear. One of the 2 long pole linears, whichever it is. All right, there you go. You can pick. I'll let you guys pick. I don't mind whichever we use. So just go ahead and pick one. So OP Blacks, MX Blacks, Blush, GATX, and long pole linears. I mean, no, not these guys. These guys aren't long pole linears. Oil Kings I don't have like around right now. Not too many voters today, so it's gonna be a tight race for the vote, it looks like. All right. While that's happening, we can go ahead and get my stabs here. Oh wow, MX Black's really winning it here, huh? How do OP Blacks compare to MX Blacks? OP Blacks are what, JWK switches, right? So I would say they tend to be smoother stock. Obviously, the stock spring is lighter. I think it's 65 gram and not like 78, unlike the MX Blacks. Generally, they sound kind of like... They sound kind of higher pitch, right? I think OP Blacks have a little bit of a kind of like a high pitch kind of sound, right? Where's my other tweezers? Why am I not finding my usual? Oh, here they are. So surprising MX Black winning. Yeah, well, it's up to you guys. I'm telling you, if people want MX Blacks, I guess they'll pick MX Blacks. That said, I do think it is because there has been other content done with GAT switches. And then I don't know about long pole switches. Maybe somebody else also did long pole switches. Good chance there was something like that done already. So there's so many long pole switches nowadays too. Panda back, cute, yeah. GRN did cream sodas. Okay, those are long pole linears, right? The GAT cream sodas. Yeah. Okay. I honestly can't follow all these knee switches, so like when people mention names, sometimes I just don't remember which one it is. I'm sure you understand. All right. MX Blacks it is then. I think I might like these better than the other ones. So I actually know what these, how these were lubed and stuff. All right. There are way too many switches now. Yeah, there really are way too many switches nowadays. I can't follow. All right, so we're gonna just do the method where we just lube contact points for wire and nothing else. Per recommendation of a few people, a few friends. He also did MX Blacks too? Oh, he did 2 builds? I see. Oh, well. That's good, I guess. If he had the time to do a bunch of different builds. Or at least 2. Alright, so I'm just gonna do contact points here at the wire. We are normies. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Alright, this should be pretty quick because we're not lubing anything else here. Okay, now just loop the wire as usual. $40 me's. Do you know about GMK Alter running for R2? I heard about it. I think it's being interest checked for it, right? I think on like, or at least something about it on the SwitchMod server, probably. Or is it SwitchMod who's running it? It is, right? Is it still SwitchMod? Mr. Krellbit. It's been a few years since that ran now, right? So guess it's popular enough that it would rerun. I think the colors might change though. I don't remember. I think I remember either Krellbit and Sifa both not being super satisfied with the color thing because of the contrast on the legends. How's Blue Alert going? It's not going anywhere yet. Mostly because we are waiting for the GMK queue to sort of dwindle a little bit more. Vendors aren't necessarily in the biggest willingness to be running sets for group buy when the queue is so long. Yes, as you might understand, if you ever know anything about retail. It just is not necessarily the best economy right now. So I think it makes sense. So we're just kind of waiting. Are you using that unofficial spreadsheet to gauge when the queue is okay? No, not really. I mean, vendors know exactly how the queue is going because they they can just get in touch with GMK. So I just run it by them. They decide. I'm not making any decisions myself. To be honest, even with a lower Q, I'm worried about hitting MOQ. If it doesn't hit MOQ, it doesn't hit MOQ. It is what it is. If it doesn't hit MOQ, it means people don't want it. It's just not the right time. It's as simple as it is. You try, you fail, and you move on. Maybe you try again sometime, some other time later. It's just life. Sometimes some things aren't bound to hit MOQ. People just don't want it enough. I'm not too concerned. If it hits, that'll be great. But if it doesn't, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but there's really not much I can do about it myself. Other than, you know, spread the word, tell your friends, tell people that might like it. Try to support the set as much as possible. Quickest stabs in the West. Hopefully that worked well. We'll see. Been a while since I've done only wire. It's not my preference exactly, but I think for like stabies and some of the tighter stabs, it's easier that way. Okay. Let's see. Okay, movement seems fine, at least for now. Alright, I believe these are my MX Blacks that were lubed and stickered with 62 gram springs, so let's try them out. Been pretty disappointed with TX AP feel and sound compared to TX Rev 2 or Cherry. Maybe skill issue. So I've been hearing reports of TX AP feeling a bit sluggish and stuff because they're kind of on the tighter side for tolerances. So you might not be wrong, to be honest. We'll see though. Gotta go relight on Lube with TXAP. Yeah. Apparently that's the trick. That's what I'm hearing anyway. And I think from experience from the 2-3 times I've done it now, I think that sounds right. That seems right because they do kind of feel sluggish. At first I thought it was just the wire, but I do think it's just the tolerances on the plastic too. Just everything's kind of just tighter feeling. Stem and wire tip only. I did wire only this time around, just to see how it is. Let's hope it's good. Those keycaps. I want to try this new Wutre Studio stabs where the wire ends have like silicone around them. Yeah, it could be worth a... I don't know what the consensus on those are specifically. Like in general, like over wider number of sample points. Bigger number of sample points rather. Bit of ticking on the right side, right? Yeah, a bit sluggish too. Feel tight. Shift feels fine, but doesn't sound great. Let's see. Maybe a little ticky on the right side here on the enter first. Just a tiny bit. Still kind of hear it. Yeah, you can still hear it. Do you ever had problems with the CK wire and TXAP stabs? Oh, I see the 6U1 here. Might be too tight, huh? Maybe I'll try just cherry clip-ins if this doesn't work out. Yeah, it feels a bit sluggish. Feels a bit tight on the wire. The return's kind of slow. Yeah, worst comes to worst, we can just use some cherry clip-ins. Tried and true, they just work. Yeah, they don't sound great. I'm a little worried. I do have a batch of TXAP stabs coming in. Doesn't sound great. The shift sounds better than the enter, I think, though. Just a slight bit of unevenness on one side over the other. Yeah. I don't think the spacebar is good though. Spacebar, the wire definitely feels tight. So I'm gonna let's go back to it. Can probably design the wire very specifically. Others might be big. Others, yeah, I do think so too. I don't think it's even the thickness. I also think the plastic clips are just really tight on TXAP. Maybe it's a skill issue though. Maybe I just need more practice on it. But I don't feel like it's good to have to need practice for a stab that's supposedly almost perfect, right? So I'm a little concerned about the batch that we have right now. Yeah. Let's try some cherry stabs though. I'm kind of curious if it's like a night and day difference. It was on the last time I had issues with AP stabs. I used just cherry clip-ins and they just worked. They just worked. So let's try that. The thing is, I don't know why tighten the tolerances more. I thought the revision 3 already had tight tolerances enough. Gotta try the CNC TX switch puller. Is that the one that looks like scissors? Looks huge. I mean, it's cool and all, but I don't want to pay for it. I got this for free. I don't need a fancy switch puller, you know what I mean? If they mess up the tolerance, they can continue saying it's almost perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why mess up with the tolerances and say it's almost perfect? Because it's basically always almost perfect when it's convenient. it's like releasing patch notes. I mean, like new hotfix, right? It's like a new hotfix for whatever, you know, like Yeah, it's like DLC, dude. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Oh, we noticed that we had a bug. Here's some in-game currency shit, and here's a hotfix. New patch notes, guys. Read the patch notes. Read the patch notes. Bro. It is thick though. Wouldn't use it while Switch starts still on the board. Right. I mean, you mean while the plate is on the board, like you just have to remove the plate assembly from the top piece. They buffed the nerf so quickly on my character. Yeah, dude. But I mean, it's a bit strange to me because from what I know, TX revision 1 and 2. I guess 3 even if some people did say it was hit or miss. I didn't have any issues with the revision 3 ones. Like that was the latest batch of TX stabs before AP but then after they had changed the packaging, I think they went from the paper and foam packaging to the paper box with plastic case, right? I think that was revision 3. No, wait. Revision 3 just had a different look on the packaging, I'm pretty sure. It just said like revision 3 or something like that. But it was before AP. Those ones were fine for me when I was using them. So I still have a few packs of those too, I think. Yeah, okay, revision 3 was foamed. Okay, yeah. So they are still foamed, but they had different outer packaging from the first ones. The first ones had like that old TX logo, right? With the all white win key or win keyless, blah blah blah. Because revision 3 was when they introduced 1.6 and 1.2, right? Yeah, they're pre-built in R3, I think. They're still, right? Like they still had the whatchamacallit, they still had the wire like put together, right? I don't remember. I can go check. There's so many stupid revisions. It's so annoying that you have to like pay attention to that. Do you pick stats for the builds on stream based on the choice of the client? No. So for stabs, for client builds, I'll be specific. This goes for client builds or like build showcases, right? That like, you know, vendors or designers send. I use what I'm sent. Period. If it doesn't go well because what I'm sent is bad, it's not really my fault. But I do try to like repair things. Like I do try to make reparations. Like if it's completely bad, then I'll just replace it with cherry clip-ins, which I have a lot of. I have a few hundred cherry clip-ins, right? Not a problem. But yeah, first attempt, I'll always try whatever I have been given. So if it's Durock V2, Durock V2. If it's TX, if it's TXAP, TXAP, whatever it is. If it's cherry screw-in, whatever, I'll just use that. But then I do have my own basically like little stash of stabs and whatnot to use whenever I'm building my own boards, or if client sends out everything, but then they're like, you know, I don't have stabs, and I need you to, you know, provide some stabs, and obviously I'll just pay for the cost, right? Like, which, you know, that's usually the case. They just pay for the cost of the stabs, which is fine. I thought you had hundreds of TX stabs. I did. I mean, last time I stocked on TX stabs, I did buy like 20 or 30 packs or something like that. And then I think this time around, I actually bought, you know, another decently big batch of TX AP stabs. Assuming that they would be good, because at least the initial reviews I heard of the AP stabs was pretty favorable. But I think after using them a few times, I'm realizing now that they might just be a little too tight. They're not unsolvable or unusable, but I do think they're a bit too tight, just to the point where it's a bit of a lottery, and that's just inconvenient. I don't wanna be basically nitpicking on stabs, you know? Like, I don't wanna be nitpicking on things like, oh, I need to choose this pair, or I need to use a new box because just this one didn't work out. Like, it's such a pain in the butt. Happy to see fellow Asian men streamers with all age content. Much love. Oh, thank you. You're gonna get good at figuring out this TX rev, and next one you'll have to start all over again. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't like this whole hotfix thing, man. Like, this revision stuff. It's annoying just in the sense that we have we got revisions for things that don't really seem to be like problems. So I'm just kind of wondering, what is the motivation to even do a revision in the first place and mess up with your own production, as well as mess up with people's, you know, habits of tuning things as well. I mean, I guess the idea of TX stabs obviously is to get to the point where you don't even have to open up the stab at all and just pop it into your build and just use it. I don't think we're gonna be there yet. Not anytime soon. Tolerances only get tighter, and then as you know, the tighter you go, the smaller room for error you have. So it's only gonna get tougher as we get there. And so I think we just need to reach I think TXStab had reached a point where they don't really need revisions unless they hit that benchmark of like having stabs that you can literally just pop in completely stock, no thoughts, no additional thoughts about them, just pop them in and they just work as intended. And as intended, I mean like pretty much perfectly, like no ticking, none of that rattle, blah blah blah. No need to worry about all that stuff. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. They became stabies to the point that only GMK becomes the preferable pair for them. Right. I mean, things like that. Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I mean. Like, it's like, why tighten up on the tolerances so much that you end up with only edge cases working out rather than the majority, right? So. I need to revise the build command. Actually, I should put build with cherry stabs, cherry clip-in stabs, and then MX blacks. These are 62 gram MX blacks, lube with 2.5, and with switch stickers, I believe. But yeah, I think it's gonna take me a little while for me to figure out the AP stab situation just to get it right. I think the few times I've tried, they're good, but not quite as good as I would like them to be. Like especially like on the off press, off center taps, like it's not quite what I want. Kind of feels a little bit off, or sounds a little bit off rather. Feel actually it feels fine, except on like when it actually is sluggish. And that's a bummer. I think the bummer will be to realize that I paid hundreds of dollars for stabs and then end up with duds. So I'm gonna have to basically just play the game of a lottery and hope that I have a decent batch, and then a batch that I can work with when I do have to work with it. Right. Alright, cherry stab's done. Pretty fast. At least there's only 3 stabs, which is easy. So let's go ahead and try them out. Does anyone still sticker switches? No, not worth it. If you have switch films and you're trying to choose between stickers and films, don't use stickers. Stickers are the biggest waste of time. Actually, the only reason these switches have stickers is because they were pre-stickered, as in someone else stickered them. I happened to get the switches, and all I did was lube and spring swap. So I didn't do the stickering, which is great because I'm never gonna do that if I can afford not to. So yeah. Wait, did I also hold on. Oops, I think I grabbed the wrong stab here by accident. Yeah, these are TX. This is cherry. All right, this is this a 1.2 millimeter PCB? I forgot about that. So that means I need to get a few of few of those thingies. What do they call them? It's fun exploring the depths of Keycaps to see what things were like 10 years ago. Just ask Captain Badass, who's right here. Just kidding. I'm just joking. Let's see. Okay, PCB. It is 1.2, right? Is it? Yeah, it is. I can see the gap. Alright, we need these bad boys to bridge the gap. The 6U wire was separately sourced. Yes, that's correct. Good chance that, I'm not sure if Upas is here right now, but good chance that Canakeys would provide the 6U wire. Or in this case also Sandkeys, who is also the vendor running, because the designer is from the region. I would assume that 6U wires might be provided to buyers of the board. Just FYI. I thought I had bad TX tabs until I realized I was working with a 1.2 PCB. At least it's pretty easily noticeable, so it's not too bad. You can see the gap right away between the stab clip and the PCB, right? So usually a quick tell when you see the little guy wobble a lot and stuff. I don't mind answering questions. I know you don't. Even back in the day, you would answer like the world's questions, man. Like everybody. You and a bunch of people, because people were helpful, I guess. Like, I don't know, small fry. When I had too much time on my hands, and that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we all at some point did. I mean, even now, it's not like it's much different, is it, dude? Just spending time on Discord, hanging out with people, right? Is it really that much different? I don't think it is. Yeah, definitely small fry. Oh, I know. Yeah, I do remember reading a lot of his posts, or seeing them a lot, especially like in the introduction, or like threads where people ask for help for keyboards, or actually even like pretty much everything. Oh, hi, welcome back, Upas. How's it going? Alright, put these guys away. Alright, what's the thockiest switch? MX Black, easy. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe some GAT yellows. I like GAT yellows. Some milky top GATs. Just good old classics. ¿Qué húbole? Rufio. ¿Qué onda, güey? ¿Qué pedo? What's up, my guy? Sometimes deeper sounding switches can be muted sounding. Yeah, depends. Depends on the build, though. It really does depend on the build. Thanks for the support on the 420 sale. Oh, no worries. No worries, but you're basically also doxing me. You're basically implying something. SMH. Just kidding. It's fine. I don't care. Oh man, these are so much nicer. Cherry clip-ins goated, guys. Stop buying TX stabs, just get cherry clip-ins. Look at that. Easy. Upa says, cherry clip-ins never miss, and yet I was sent TX stabs. I guess, I mean, they gotta sell the stock, you know? Hey man, 1.2 mil. Okay. I'll give you that one. It's true. It is an annoyance to have to send extra little things and whatnot. Yeah, no. The only thing is, I think these AP stabs, they're just tight. Like they're not bad, but they're not good. You know? It's like they're actually almost perfect in the sense that you can't perfectly tune them. I'm struggling tuning them right. Like the shift might sound good, but the spacebar and the enter isn't, or like I think that happened on some other build too. It's like almost perfectly tuned, basically. So it's like always in a mild state of deficiency, which is somewhat annoying, but you know. Gotta buy more cherry clipping stabs? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, cherry stongs, up or down, doesn't matter because they're always mass produced. So you're always gonna be able to get cherry stabs for pretty cheap. Especially like clip-ins and stuff. So that part is nice. You don't have to worry about the stock for cherry stabs as much. The only thing is if you buy like all the 2U stuff, then you have to also make sure to source wires at work. So that's just the only thing to be concerned about. Just always have wires around. But yeah, yeah, I might go over, might talk to a few people about the AP stab stuff. I'm just kind of curious. Once I think I'm gonna do that once I get the batch of stabs in that I was getting anyway, and then I'm gonna see if like how that goes for a bit, and then if things aren't good, then see if I can like relay some feedback, like do something about it. So otherwise, we'll just end up with a bunch of duds. And that's gonna suck. We sell nice wires. You guys do sell wires, yes. Canon Keys, which if you did not know, they also happen to be a sponsoring vendor. They do sell both cherry switches, stabs, as well as compatible wires. Alright, just a top row of switches left. A little detour from the Oh shit. Teha types. Hello. Hello. What's good? What's up, guys? What's up, Nathan? Did you just finish stream? Wow, that ended a lot later than I thought. Were you just entertained with music and stuff? Were you doing work? I forgot to update my build command too, actually. You guys just reminded me now that we have new people here. 205 with 62 gram springs and switch stickers. Alright, nice. Yeah, I just chill to music while responding to emails. Oh, responding to emails. Nathan, are you a zero inbox kind of guy? Like a, not a zero inbox, but a zero unread kind of person? It stresses me out seeing unread emails, but sometimes you just get a lot. Although I purposely sometimes move them to a different folder entirely, like outside of the inbox, that like the ones that I know I'm not gonna respond to, but I also don't want to see them. I try, but not successful. I get it. Yo, switch stickers are back. No, so I was saying that these stickers are like these. So these are actually like vintage MX blacks from some old cherry board, like 5-pin switches. But then the person I got these switches from stickered them at some point and never got to tune them, like never got to lube the switches and stuff. So I just got the switches later and decided to lube them and stuff. So yeah, there's these yellow switch stickers on this right now, as you can see. Oop. Read all? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can just select all and delete too, you know? That's an option too. Alright. So we just put that together. Let's go ahead and put this build into the case now. Oh, maybe I should use these nubs now. The TX nubs that I have here that I took out from the other ones. Oh, Ricky! What's good? 20 months. Thank you. How are you? Cherry clip-ins with these guys are tighter. A little. Hey Ricky, what's up? Oh yeah, putting these little TX clips, the little toothpick mod ones basically, on cherry clips, it's a lot tighter because cherry clips actually have a thicker part at on the clip side, so they kind of close up a lot. But I'm gonna try anyway because they do fit. There we go. I mean, they're optional, but can't hurt to put them on, right? All right. Oh man, these are tough. Is this the real HKB layout? Yes, it is. 6U spacebar and yeah, bigger blocker on the right side than the left side. MX compatible. Oop. I'm struggling putting these last few on, but I think this one should be easier. Yep, currently group buy is open until the end of, I believe, until the 15th, till the middle of the month. Currently open on can keys and sand keys. Oop. Alright, putting these last two clips is just kind of annoying. I think might skip. TIL, the blockers aren't symmetrical? Yeah, original HKB blockers are not symmetrical, if you didn't know that. Yeah. Like, that's kind of... Yeah, that's the main different part about original HKB. It's that they're not symmetrical. And the spacebar is 6U because that's what the default is for Topre. So yeah. For MX HKB, when people did like HKB layout, MX customs, they decided to use 7U because it makes it symmetrical on both sides. Right. Basically, it's just standard like Sangan or 7U layout with the 1.5 U's removed. So yeah. Alright, forget about it. I was gonna put these last two, but I'm too lazy now. I don't think it even matters as long as one of them is on. Alright. Let's do top mount first. And then we can do the little hot dog mount. Now that I see it, I'd rather have the 7. I think it all depends. I think a lot of people like the 7 does look symmetrical in MX, but the appeal of 6U is that it's at least true to the HKB layout, right? So, and yeah, 7U is much more common in keycaps. Like 625 and 7U are the common spacebar sizes for MX, but 6U is only for things like this, or sometimes some OEM stuff, non-standard OEM stuff. Which is why 6U spacers were even made in MX in the first place, like for MX in the first place. But yeah, I'd say that's the main difference. G80s, yeah, G80s do use, well, there's two kinds of G80s too, right? There's a 7U G80s, and then there's also 6U G80s. The modern G80s use a 6U. The older G80s use 7U. So, yeah. $660 is 6U too? Yeah, I mean, that's also because the 660 layout in the first place, like the FC660 is Leopold, right? Which also has Topre versions of their boards. And yeah, the 980, I think, I actually don't remember. I think does the 980 also use 6U? G81-7, okay, also uses 6U. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a bunch of 6U things, but like as far as compatibility in modern, like current cases, in at least in our hobby, is going to be 625 and 7U focused. Hey Diego, what snacks you get when you go to a cinema? Just popcorn. Just regular popcorn. Large, medium or large, regular popcorn. That's all I need. And then ideally like a drink or something like that. I mean, a drink, I'm the kind of guy who sneaks in like a bottle of water. So, usually I just stick to popcorn only. Extra butter? No, no extra butter. I think just regular is enough. Don't need extra butter. Dude, getting popcorn without a drink, I would die. Yeah. That's why I just take water to the cinema. Ooh, that looks nice. Snacks at the movie in this economy? Actually true though. Actually though, like it's so expensive to get stuff at the movie theaters. Yeah. Snacks in the movies is a true okay rich moment. Oh, my anime brother. Hi Patty. How's it going? Speaking of anime, what are you watching these days? I'm finishing up To Your Eternity, and I started to watch Oshinoko. Or My Brother in Resin, that works too. Either way, I think both work fine. At least there's more than one thing for us to relate over. Raisinets and the popcorn? I'm watching a lot. I mean, there's so much going on. Although I can't follow all these things. I only have so much time. I just stopped going to the movies. I see. I mean, I guess that's fine. TBH, if you wait enough, the movies get released digitally and it's pretty easy to get to them. So I guess it's okay not to go to the movies. Just get sick with 9 days with COVID. You'll watch a lot. When I got sick with COVID, Mr. Kupo, I didn't watch anime because I was dying. I was fucking dying. I was fucking bedridden the entire time. So there was no time to watch anime while I was fucking dying with not just a cough and sniffles, but also like a fucking fever and back pain and body aches and cold sweats and all kinds of shit. So no chance I will be watching anime. Because that's exactly what happened. The last time I got COVID and I got sick. It fucking sucked. It was so bad. I was in so much pain, dude. But then after that passed, I was fine, but yeah. Heavenly Delusion, one of my faves. Oh, I haven't started that one yet. Heavenly Delusion. Will the play from the GB be also read like this one? I don't know. Is it? Mr. Upas, my bad. Is the play from the GB also going to be read? I still haven't gotten it? Oh no. Hinker just jinxed it. Oh, GG. I hope you don't get too sick, bro. I am Mr. Upas. No, you're just cap. You're just capping. Cap and cap. The cap and cap. Yeah, red plate? Nice. Nice. Alright, ain't nobody got time for this escape and tilde key when we got resin. I love resin. B. Hello, Enbrop. So Arvidos, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate it. Any social skulls? I already used social skulls before. I want to use something else. Doll's Eye? I don't have Doll's Eye. I do not have Doll's Eye. I'm not rich like Quappa to be getting Doll's Eye albumin. Okay? I'm feeling like using I'm feeling like using the bite on one side. And then boop, maybe. Yeah. Oh, the egg and the bomb king. Ooh, that's kind of a good choice. That is a nice goon blank. It is a nice goon blank, yes. You know, I think Sody Caps, we don't often see Sody Caps, so I'm gonna go with the Pilgrim, which also looks pretty sick. I think this is Sody Caps' best sculpt. But this is my own take. I think this is Sody Caps' best sculpt. The Pilgrim. That's just me though. I like the little mage. Oh yeah. The Elog. Yeah, that one's good too. They're pretty cute. Alright, left side USB. We all get influenced by Diego and buy the same things. That's so bad. I shouldn't do that. I should stop influencing you. Because if you're going for the same things that I like, then I get less. Because that's exactly what happens. People in my server get raffle boost, right? Lightning court luck. And then I'm left with nothing. Nothing. You go for everything? No, that's not true. That's so not true. What are you even talking about? I go for a bunch of things, but not everything. Please. Don't insult me like that. It's all Quappa's fault. I mean, you can blame Quappa for getting you into resin, Kit. You should remove the resin addicts ping to ping only you. That's pointless. I'm not that mean. Alright. Let's do a... Oh, let's do the side view too now. Alright. So here we have our Type B. Oh, that focused? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we have our Type B from Baul. So this is now built with cherry mixed blacks on aluminum. Classic combo. We have some cherry clip-ins on the stabs. And yeah, this is just GMK white and black with a 6U spacebar. Alright, let's go. Sounds like a peripheral input device that supports other peripheral input devices, by the way. Also, this was top mount, just for your information. The rectangle sounds nice. A rectangle with non-rectangular corners, kind of. But yes, the bezel proportions are very nice on this. Kind of akin to what the HHKB is like. I would say the HHKB probably has a slightly thinner sides too. at least the HHKB Pro 2 though. Looks good. It looks pretty nice. All right, here are the mods. Good stab. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I really like how it sounds. I also think it looks pretty nice. Definitely, if you're looking for a true HHKB style board, this does look and sound pretty nice. Top mount, never lost. I think the top mounting positions are pretty good. It makes it feel sturdy, but at the same time, pretty nice. Just feels good. Feels nice to use, comfortable. It's not overly stiff with the aluminum plate either. But it's also not overly soft. It does have a few flex cuts on between the rows for the plate, which does soften it slightly and helps with the sound. But you know, I think overall it feels pretty good. It feels and sounds pretty nice. So let's try out the little hot dog thingies, which Ankit said that it will change the sound, but not so much the feel. So let's try it out and see. You joining the buy? No, for two reasons. Number one, I am currently expecting to pay several $1,000s on housing broker fees because I live in New York City and they charge you 15% over the annual rent on broker fees. So no. I'm currently trying to save as much as I can to pay for fees because I need to move. And then I also have to pay movers, and then yeah. So yeah, no, I'm probably not joining it. Even though I do kind of want it. Like I am tempted actually. It does feel and sound pretty nice and all, but as much as I'm tempted, I shouldn't be spending much more on keyboards right now. As I was packing keyboards, I also realized I have too many keyboards. So, but that reality I knew a long time ago, so it's nothing new. Imagine paying for all those fees. Okay, dude, I get it that you live with your with people that you know, and you don't have to pay such fees. But you know, and you don't have to move anywhere, Eric, but I do, okay? So stop giving me shit for that. Remind me not to move to New York City. Eric also has a sugar Nuna. I don't know. Nope. But I know Eric doesn't have to move, so he doesn't have to pay that. Alright, so you just insert the O-ring little pieces like that. And basically we're gonna undo the top mount plate here, so just undo these screws here. Eric is Sugar Nuna. 50A weenies? Yep, 50A weenies, I think. Someone correct me if this is not the 50A, but I think it should be 50A. I think that's the standard usually. I believe it is 50A though, if I recall correctly, yeah. From previous builds with the same colored ones. Alright. So now, plug this guy in. And then just carefully lay it on top. And then voila, right? Wait. Yeah, that's right, right? Yeah. And then turn it over. And screw it together. Is there something that keeps the plate from moving or sliding when using this mounting system? The plate itself will help it a little bit because the top piece has slight grooves for the top mount itself, right? For like to do it in top mount, and so the plate basically aligns itself as it lines up with those grooves. But because it's not bolted, yeah, it will move it at first a little bit, but once the top piece and the bottom piece are together, the plate will line itself up automatically. That said, I mean, you do kind of want to finagle a little bit just to make sure that the seams are right. Right now, I think I got it a little bit off, which I think it's fine to ignore for now. But yeah, like if you want to get it perfect, then yeah, just finagle a little bit with, like, just loosen the screws a little and line it up properly, which maybe I guess I'll just do now really quickly because it's pretty simple. All right, I think that's good. All right, done. Let's give it a shot now. All right, so now we have hot dog mount. It's kind of funny. So let's give this a try. That Pilgrim's sick? I know. I love this sculpt. It's great. All right. Now we have a hot dog mount or little O-ring pieces on the bottom case mount. But yeah, so now we have the same build, but instead of top mount, we have hot dog mount. Better hot dogs than those in Central Park. Oh, I don't like Central Park hot dogs either. Also, why do you even get hot dogs at Central Park? Get them somewhere else, man. All right, here we go. Oh my god, I'm gonna redo that. That was so bad. I choked so hard. Alright. Also, I think the window's just not placed in the right place. Alright, here. And yes, my roommate is currently vacuuming the room. That is because they're moving, so they're also packing and cleaning and stuff. So apologies for the vacuum sound. But yeah, that was hot dog mount. Sounds pretty nice. I actually think I like this better. It does sound a little bit fuller. I think I do think this sounds better than the top mount. At least with this Cherry Mix Black build, I think it sounds really good. Do think that I like this one a little bit more, just by a little bit. But I do think that if you want the classic top mount configuration, it sounds also pretty nice. So, all right, here are the mods. And yeah, it does have a lot more room for movement because it's not bound to the top piece now. So you can definitely tell that the plate will like bend a little bit if you press hard on the center of the board, right? Like if you do press hard here, like you will definitely notice a decent amount of movement. I do think that the cuts on the plate kind of help with that, like as in make it even more flexible in that regard. But yeah, there is much more movement for sure, but it's not unpleasant. Like it's not an unpleasant amount of movement. I think I would say like if you did have like a plastic plate though, for example, probably not advisable to press too hard in the middle because you'll probably just short it or something. But yeah, I think like carbon fiber, aluminum, etc. Harder plates, I think it'll be fine. And 1.2 millimeter PCB as well, yeah. It sounds very nice and full. What I do like about this board is just how, like, it's simple looking, but it does pack quite a bit. Like, there's a bunch of little features that I think are super nice about it, and I'll show you guys in just a second how that is. Alright, so alright, so let's just take a look here at the board itself. So here is the front of the board, right? So as we have noted previously, it does have bezel proportions that are very pleasing to the eye. Sides are thinner, top and bottom are slightly thicker, but not too thick, I would say. I do really like this Type B engraving here. I believe this is supposed to be engraved slightly deeper. If you look at the interest check on Keycaps, Paul's Proto has an infilled Type B engraving. This was a mistake in this prototype piece over here. This prototype had the engraving done. I think it was like whether it was like before or after analyzing, I forget which one's which, but basically like it was not done properly, and so it doesn't have the depth to it, so it's not like you can't really infill it. But the idea here is that this engraving will have some depth to it, and so you'll be able to like infill it. And for example, if you see the proto photos in the Keycaps thread, there is like a red infill on the B, which is like the Type S logo. Pretty cool. But yeah, you'll be able to do that. Side profile, it kind of has a very like kind of Corsa, like 360C kind of Corsa S sort of side profile here, which has this basically like this kind of like divot here that goes on the sides. It's nice and simple. You do have an intentional seam here with a little chamfer, a nice filling, nice soft filling on the sides here. And then we look at the back here, and we have the USB port on the left side. I mean, it's on the right side here, but it's on the left side from your perspective. You're typing on the board. And then you have two USB pass-through ports here for USB 2.0 devices. So if you want to plug in like your mouse, if it's wired or something else, maybe a numpad or whatever it might be, you can use two pass-through USB ports, which is actually something that was present in the HHKB, in the original HHKB, which did have pass-through ports as well, like in the HKB Pro 2. It's no longer the case, I believe, with the current HKB Professional Classic / Hybrid. But yeah, USB 2.0 pass-through ports available here, which just work through, they get power from the USB-C here. So yeah. you can plug in another keyboard. Yes. And then there's the bottom. I know it's a little smudged, but you can wipe it off a little bit. But a little smudged here, but you have a here I think this is like PVD black, I guess, or like some sort of coating on black, like on here with a Type B engraving and with baul's logo, as you can see. We have the HHKB Alchemist keyboard's feet. They're rather thin bump-ons. They're thinner than even your standard 3M bump-ons, but they're nice and rubbery feeling. So it definitely will help it not slide too much on the desk, which is kind of nice. Sorry about the focus not being great here. Struggling because I have too many things on the desk, I think. There, I think that's just, I'll just do it manually. But yeah, looks pretty good. From the bottom, again, yeah, like coarser sides, and then it just kind of goes all the way around. But yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice board. Nice and simple looking, but I do think it packs its own punch. Just maybe out of simplicity too. It's a board that I don't think will require any kind of foam or modifications like that for it to sound any different or like any better, quote unquote. I do think it sounds great as it is with an aluminum plate. You can maybe try different plates and see how it goes. Do think that the top mount and hot dog mount compatibility is pretty nice. The hot dog thing is kind of more unique, but it's very nice to have it. And then yeah, pretty nice build, I think, here. And the red plate peeking on the black here. Whoo, sheesh. Yeah, the red peeking through the black here is just great, amazing, awesome. I love it. Love it, right? Obviously this is only mostly visible through this overhead cam, which is unrealistic in that regard. Like you will see it peek through between the caps here, like from my viewpoint here this way. I do see the red peeking a little bit, but it's not as reflective, so obviously you don't see that much of it. But when you're taking photos or something like that, you'll definitely see that, and it's gonna look really nice. Also, Frank, hello, número 8. Muchas gracias, Frank. Francisco. Frankie? Frankie! What's up, buddy? How are you? Paco? Pancho! Paco. Ay, Paco. Anyway, very nice board. Really like it. Definitely very tempted to get one. Don't have the money for it, to be honest. So probably gonna skip it. If I ever pick one up, maybe it'll be in the future when it ships, after it ships, sometime later. But yeah, looks very nice. And I do think, yeah, I do think it's a pretty good buy if you're looking for a 6U HHKB style board, for MX specifically. And yeah, I think pricing is probably fair. It packs quite a bit. Like, I mean, you do have the USB pass-through technology and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. No complicated bells and whistles. I think it just kind of works. So yeah. You have until the 15th to buy. 5 more days over at Keycaps and Sankeys. Are there any other proxies? I think that's the only 2 right now. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Yeah, Sankeys and Keycaps are the 2 vendors. Thinking about silver as well. Oh, I see. Silver or black? 9. I would say silver. For HHKB. I say silver. Oh, the desk mat is not an Ouchkick desk mat. I can do that. Edit command. Desk mat. This is GMK Cocoa Goat production sample desk mat from switch mod dot. There. Done. yeah, it's a sample. I'll be taking pictures of this in the future soon. But yeah. Poor MSA didn't get to see it live. He did. He was here at the very beginning. Very briefly, but he was here, and then he went to bed. Support the MSA. Need more Type B in Texas? Frank the Third, are you gonna get this board? I think it's pretty nice. Definitely distinguishes itself from other 60s, I think. I mean, 60 MX HKB is still a new thing. I mean, there is the Vero, right? The AKB Vero, which also is 60 HKB. But yeah, not many that have that, and so I do think it's a nice buy. And yeah, look, like compared next to a Profit, pretty much the same size of obviously 60%, but the bezel wise and like whatnot, like it's just about the same. I think the bezel proportions look very good on the Type B. So nice and light board too. Actually, I don't know how much this weighs. Do I have my scale here somewhere? I don't know. I think I have it outside. But I think this probably weighs like not much, like 1 and some kilos. Like 1 point some kilos, I think. Probably no heavier than 2 kilos, I think. Doesn't seem that heavy to me. And yes, course sides, yeah. How soft is ASD row compared to Profit? Oh, ASD row? Like the entire row? Oh, that's not a fair comparison now that I think about it. Oh, this is using a polypropylene plate. So, I think barring that though, in the hot dog mount, I think the Type B might be slightly softer. I think if I assume that the Profit had aluminum, I think the Type B might be slightly softer with the hot dog. But that said, polypropylene right now is definitely softer than the aluminum here, bottom out wise. Yeah. Yep. Alright. Now let's mimic Mr. Teja Types if he's still in the chat. I don't think he is still here anyway. He might be gone now. Yeah, he's gone. He's long gone. Alright. We need that screenshot. So here we go. Alright. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright. Looks good. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be a major show and do it, and just gonna wait until the Keycaps logo pops up on the top left, because I do be like that. We're gonna wait. P, I think the next one might be Salvin, and then space. Ain't no way. Marketing, SMH, boom, done. Don't forget, guys, if you want to purchase a Type B, purchase it through the Keycaps affiliate link that I have provided in the build command. I'm just kidding. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want, okay? If I get a little referral, that's great. If not, it's honestly, who cares? Let me show you something fun. Oh, Drua's here. Oh, hi, Drua. How are you? Didn't even know you were here. Were you just lurking? Indeed, Miago business. We have new stickers. I don't think it's focusing because of Ooh. Come on, focus. There. Are you shipping me anything soon? I don't know. Anyway, new stickies. They came out better than I thought. So you know, I'll tell you a funny story. I actually submitted like a JPEG or a PNG of this stuff, and they complained over at the sticker company. They were like, I mean, this was done through Sticker Mule. So Sticker Mule was like, oh hey, it's too low res, because the only picture I had of it was like, you know, emote size on Discord, right? So it's like 96 pixels by 96 pixels or some shit like that, right? Obviously it's too small. So I just went on, like, you know, I just went online and just used like those like image size enhancers with like AI, like, or whatever. Like basically they're just like clean up algorithms that just use like basic digital image processing to upsample and then clean it up, make it sharper, right? It's pretty simple. And then did that a few times and then save it as like a 500 by 500-ish picture, and then just submitted that, and it worked. It looks pretty good, I think. It worked out. I think it's an emote, so I think that the more scuffed it looks, I think the more appropriate in a way. It's more accurate, I think. But yeah. Diego, all business. Yeah, this is how I should just do this. Oh shit! Look at that! It fits the Corsa curve, the Corsa side curve. It fits like that. I should just send it back like this. Don't ruin your sticker like that. Oh man. Oh boy. I won't do it out of respect for my sticker. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you're like 3 months into your subs here on chat and you haven't requested stickers, you can always request for stickers. If you didn't know, exclamation sticker or exclamation stickers, it's either or, gives you the form, the Google form for stickers. And I send them out just using snail mail. If you're international, it's the same thing. Send them out using snail mail. Sometimes they arrive kind of late, sometimes they don't. It varies. Like I think last time I sent to like New Zealand, it took like over a month probably, but yeah, sometimes it's like a week if it's like across the pond or something like that. But yeah, you can request stickers. Usually I try to give one sticker every 3 months that people sub, and it is your responsibility to sub and request for stickers. I try not to keep track of everybody because it's just a lot of work. But yeah, you can always request stickers every 3 months that you sub. And I always try to, like, you know, just make it fun. And it's free. So yeah, you know, just a little token of appreciation. I know it's not much. All right. So I guess we will wrap it up shortly. Just wanted to say, first of all, thank you for coming by. But more importantly, I'm only going to be doing one more stream after today. Until I have to, and then I have to move and stuff. So you won't be seeing this same setup after next stream. And I don't know for how long I'm gonna be like offline, so to speak. But it's gonna be probably at least a few weeks that I'm not gonna be on. So like next stream, I'm gonna be doing the Eileen TKL by Yonghan, that I think Alex built and a few other people have built the Eileen as well. And so yeah, I'll be building that soon. I'm not sure what day exactly. I'll probably just write a little announcement on my Discord server, probably around evening time as usual. And then that's going to be the last stream for probably I'm gonna give or take three or 4 weeks, because I'm moving and then I have to like unpack and adjust and also figure out where am I gonna stream. The problem is I'm like moving to a small studio, and so, you know, limited amount of space, and also, you know, just trying to figure out like how that's gonna work out. But yeah, I don't have, I don't know, I might have some content like whether it's like build showcases or whether it might be like my own builds. I don't know actually yet. I think by then there might be some new products I think that are coming my way soon enough. But yeah, that'll be like probably in June, like I would say like second week at least of June, if at the earliest. But yeah, that's going to be after next stream. So, and then you might also get some features from other personalities in the room that I'm going to be streaming in. If you saw Kiwi last time, you'll get to see Kiwi a bit more often. There's going to be probably frequent times when I'm going to be like, get off and be like, can you like not put your cat hair everywhere? So you'll see Kiwi and whatnot. But yeah, that's gonna be after like once like come June or so. But yeah, that's the only thing. And yeah, I'm going to a smaller space, and so that'll be a temporary setup too. So it's gonna be complicated. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still kind of figuring out my move and everything right now. So it's just really stressful, but it's annoying. And then I'm gonna be looking for housing actually. Like I'm technically not moving into housing that I found. I'm technically just moving in with my partner at the moment. And then afterwards we're going to be moving in to a one bed kind of place somewhere else in the city. But then we're still looking, like it's still too early. We're still like looking for apartments. So we're still going to check out apartments. So I'm moving again in the summer. So I'm basically moving twice. I'm actually storing most of my stuff. So the good thing is I'm moving a very small amount of things, at least for myself. After I store everything. So at least the second move is not going to be that bad. And things are relatively organized. So it's going to be a little easier to move, but it's still 2 moves. So it's going to take a toll. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, thank you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and rate somebody. Let's find someone in the makers and crafting category. I dread looking for new plays. Yeah, the having to move everything is stressful. Actually, it's not been nearly as stressful as I thought it would be. I think that does have to do with the fact that I've been better at organizing my things. Like I know where things are. I've been writing down what I put in the boxes more specifically. And I've also gotten rid of a lot of clutter that I definitely don't use, like clothes and like other things that I just don't use over the years. Have like, you know, gotten rid of. And so yeah, it's been a little bit easier, but it still sucks. All right, we have Apiary. We have I think we rated Apiary last time, so maybe we can raid either Kim or Jackie is also live building a forever. I don't see any other keyboard people right now. I think that's about it right now. Oh, I see Nathan, Interloper Creative also doing a Zoom 75. I do believe we rated him recently too. 2 votes for Jackie. All right, Jackie it is. All right, let's go raid. Oh my god, I always dread not writing her username correctly. Elegnifolia. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Oh, too bad we don't have a Miago business email here, but it's okay. All right, there's our little raid message. What's her favorite full size right now? Whose? Jackie? No idea. Anyway, Connie, muchas gracias. Hope everything about the move goes smooth as silk. I hope so too. I hope so too. All right, friends. I'll catch you guys on the next stream with the Eileen TKL. But other than that, I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your week. And see ya. Take care. Bye-bye.